Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany and today I'm doing another ridiculous book haul because I have no self-control and it was my birthday month, so that's my excuse. That's pretty much it. I've got like 60 books here, which is disgusting, but I literally think 2 of them were full price, so that's fine. I'm gonna kind of break this up by where I got them because I think that's interesting to see because most of them aren't new. So we're gonna start with my favorite used bookstore. It's like, they have a huge young adult section. I find most of the ones here, it's just like classics and nautical things. But this one has a really big young adult one, so I love to always go back there. So I got 9 books there. The first one is Mortal Fire by Elizabeth Knox. So I'd never heard of this book specifically, but she wrote one of my favorite books called Dream Hunter, which is right here. I've never heard anyone else talk about this, but it's about like this really cool world where people go to collect dreams and then they like dream them in front of an audience so that you can experience the dreams. I read it a long time ago, so I don't remember everything, but the writing was really cool. So I saw that this was by the same author and I thought, sure, no idea what it's about. I also got Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, which I had heard of because it was in an Owl Crate box like last year maybe. And this is actually the Owl Crate edition, so it's signed, and I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like I never expect to see Owl Crate or like special editions in bookstores here, but like obviously other people that live here subscribe to Owl Crate, you know, like I'm not special. So anyway, I actually already read this and it's about a girl named Claudia, just kind of navigating high school. And I do love a good high school drama book sometimes. It was actually really impactful and kind of made me cry, so there's that. The books at this bookstore are pretty well priced too. They're usually like $8 for a hardcover. I think this might have been 9 or 10 because it was signed, but it's always pretty reasonable. I also got The Dragon Heir by Cinda Williams-Chima. So I'm collecting this series, even though I haven't actually read it yet, so hopefully I like it. I think this is about wizards. No idea. I think this is the 3rd book. I'm very knowledgeable, so I already have The Warrior Heir and The Wizard Heir, and this one was like $5, so I thought, sure. I was also very excited to see The Winner's Kiss by Marie Rukowski. I have the first 2 books in this trilogy. I think I also got them used or on Book Outlet, and then this one showed up. So I think I may have read this, but like a long time ago, so if I reread it, it's going to be totally new to me. And I've heard really good things, so I'm excited to get back into these. I think they're about some war fantasy world. I also got The Library of Souls, which is the 3rd book in the Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children series. I am kind of reading this right now. I tried to listen to it on audio, but it didn't really work. So I'm going to get through this at some point soon. But yeah, I'm also collecting these because the 6th book comes out next year. In the same kind of series, I got Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Rakes. This, like, I probably wouldn't have paid full price for it, but it was $8 or $9, whatever. And it's really pretty. Like, it's got these nice end papers and some illustrated stories. And it's basically like one of those, it's fairy tales from the world. So this is like a book that people in the fantasy world would own. And I just really like those things, you know? So I'm going to read this at some point. I also bought books 2 and 3 in the School of Good and Evil series. I hauled the first one last month and I obviously haven't read it yet, but I'm planning to. So this is a middle grade series about a magical school. Can't go wrong. The 3rd book is like massive compared to the other ones, but I'm really excited to read these. I think they're going to be nice for winter. So a couple of the books that I'm hauling are actually wrapped up here for my December TBR, which I will link on the screen here. So the other one that's not here right now is Frost Like Night. I also got that at the used bookstore. That is the 3rd book in the Snow Like Ashes series by Sarah Rosh, and I'm planning to read that series, so it is wrapped up for my advent calendar. Next up, I have some books I bought at Chapters, which is the bookstore I now work at, so I am taking advantage of my discount. I got Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, which is the only book in the Throne of Glass series that I didn't own yet, so I thought this was a good time. I got Get a Life, Chloe Brown, because I read it on ebook and loved it, and I already own the next one in the series, so I figured I need to own this so that I can obsessively reread it. I also got Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay, which is I think the 3rd book in the Neapolitan novels. Yeah, it's the 3rd one, which I really love. I talked about these in my underrated series video. And again, yeah, I just needed to complete the series, and why not now? This one I was very excited about. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green was only $8, so that was exciting. This is, he's John Green's brother, and I really like him as a person. He seems very cool. So I'm excited to read this book. It's supposed to have like a good commentary on internet fame and things going viral, and I'm going to read it at some point in the next 6 to 12 months. I also got Two Dark Reigns by Kendara Blake, which I think is the 3rd book. Yeah, 3rd book in the Three Dark Crowns series, which I am starting in December. 2 of them are wrapped up here, so this will be next up on the list. In the vein of completing series, I got Crystal Storm, which is the 5th book in the Falling Kingdom series. I had all of these collected from Book Outlet, except for this one, and it wasn't coming up, so I was just like, fine, I'm gonna buy it. This is a really good high fantasy series. I think it's kind of like Throne of Glass, but it's been a while since I read it, so planning to reread it, and obviously I need the 5th book to do that. One of the series I'm most excited to read is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I have the City of Brass because I found that at a used bookstore, so I bought the Kingdom of Copper. I would love to have these in hardcover, but I already had City of Brass in this paperback, and it's like a big, nice paperback, so it's fine. Yeah, these are set in some sort of Middle Eastern world, fantasy, etc., and they sound amazing, so I'm going to read them and I'm going to love them, and now I have this one. The other books I got from Indigo that are wrapped up in this shelf are like some Christmas ones. So I got Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory, I hope that's how you pronounce it, and In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. So obviously those are like festive romances, so I'm planning to read them this month. But I got those too, they're just not here. Okay, next up is kind of like more random ones. So for example, this one I got from Amazon, and that is Lux Consequences. I'm planning to read the first 2 books in the Lux series in December, so this one is on hand next. I'm really getting into Jennifer L. Armentrout, so this is where I'm starting with her books. I also have a signed copy of To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I am a hardcore Aragon fan, so I'm really excited about this. It doesn't seem that long, but the pages are like little papery thin ones. So this is going to take probably a while, and it's sci-fi, which I'm not super used to reading. But it is going to be fun, and I'm excited. So that's what it looks like. This actually came in a box from Fake Crate, which was a super cool box. So it also came with this sign, which lights up. I just don't have batteries in it right now because I'm lazy. A really cool metal bookmark, which I'll insert a picture of here. I'm obsessed with it. And it came with this set of dust jackets for the Aragon series, and I've never seen anything more beautiful in my life. They've got this awesome character art on them, so this is Aragon, to give you an example. But they're all just stunning, and I'm obsessed with them. I also have 2 books that I got as birthday gifts, and that is The Language of Thorns and Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. I've already read this one. It was an amazing romance, and this one I'm saving to read like before the Shadow and Bone TV series comes out. So yeah, these were both from my boyfriend, and I am so happy to have both of them. And finally in this category, I have the Twilight Saga Official Illustrated Guide, which is like a really heavy book. So yes, I am a hardcore Twilight fan. This was being sold on Facebook Marketplace for $5, and it's like kind of hard to get your hands on. Like I think I saw it for $150 on eBay. So I drove 20 minutes to get it because priorities. I don't even know what's in here, but I can't wait to read it. It looks amazing. There's interviews, there's like little origin stories, character bios. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, I also have a huge stack of books that I got at Value Village, which is like a Goodwill, like a secondhand store basically. So these are all super random, and this pile is really gonna fall over, but that's fine. So I got A Brief History of Misogyny because it has a pink spine, and I would like to learn more about misogyny because the patriarchy. I don't love that this was written by a man, but I think it should be like a good intro because I haven't really read that much about feminism, and I would like to. So I'm starting here. I also got The Guest List by Lucy Foley, which I've already read. This is a thriller about a wedding set on like a remote Irish island. It was pretty good. It wasn't scary, like it didn't freak me out, which was kind of what I was in the mood for. But there was a lot of plot twists, and I didn't guess the ending, probably because I'm an idiot. But yeah, like the ending was really satisfying. So I would recommend this. I also got With Malice by Eileen Cook, which is a YA mystery that I read last year sometime, maybe this year, I don't know. It's set in Italy, as you can see from the cover, so you can't go wrong, and it was like pretty good. I'll probably reread it, and I just like the cover. All the books from this secondhand store are like max $4, and then you get every 5th one free. So they usually work out to be like $2 each, so you literally can't go wrong. I also think that someone got rid of their like brand new pristine hardcover collection of like YA mental health contemporary books, because there were like 12 of them there. So I got all the ones that I was interested in. I got The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. I got Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. I've never read any of her books, but I've heard really good things. This doesn't really have a plot summary on it. I think this one's about OCD maybe, but I could be wrong. This one's not hardcover, but I got The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, which I have read. It's about a girl who's going to be deported to Jamaica. This one's really good and very famous. You've probably heard of it. I love Jennifer E. Smith's books. They're like super cute little romances, and they've got such cute covers. So I got Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between. I also got Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven and Every Last Word by Tamara Stone. So these, like, they're just in perfect condition, and they're hardcovers, and I would never pay full price for them because I don't love buying like YA contemporaries, but for $2, yes. I also got The Map of Time by Felix J. Palma. This is originally a Spanish series, and I have the second book because it was like 25 cents at my library sale one time. I think it's set in Victorian London, and H.G. Wells has to investigate time travel and like save some classic books from being wiped from existence. And it sounds really cool, and they've got like these beautiful end papers, so I bought it. I've never heard anything about them, but they sound cool and I would like to read them. I also bought the Owl Crate edition of Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I already own the regular version of this book and I've never read it, but I just couldn't let this go. It is signed, as you can see, has some nice end papers, and the front still says "Let Them Fear Her." This is such a cool naked hardback. But I am going to read these as soon as the third book gets closer to release date. I'm going to read them like before that comes out. So if I love it, I will keep this, and if not, I'll sell it. I don't know. Back to the Twilight fandom, I got The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner in hardcover because add to the collection. You know, I've got like a whole little cube shelf that's dedicated to Twilight, so why not? I was also really excited about these. I got Golden Sun and Morning Star, which are books 2 and 3 in the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. I think they're about it's like a sci-fi dystopia, and it's set on Mars. So I was pretty excited. I think these are from a box set because they like don't have barcodes on them. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the matching version of Red Rising, but again, they were pretty cheap. So if I don't, I'll just get different ones. But yeah, I am really excited to read this. The last place I got books this month was Book Outlet, which is a really great website. So I'll have a link to it down below where you can get $10 off your first order. But basically it's like bargain books. So most of them are in perfect condition and they just have this black line on the bottom, which doesn't bother me. I've had like 2 of them come a little bit damaged, but I've ordered a lot and most of them aren't damaged. So it's pretty good. So the first one I got is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. Let us take a second to appreciate this cover. Beautiful. I've never read anything by Elizabeth Acevedo and I'm very excited to do so. This is about 2 girls who have the same father but they didn't know until he dies in a plane crash. It's written in verse, which I find very hit or miss for me, but sometimes it's amazing. So here I am. I also got Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Bushnell and Katie Catugno. This is like a feminist book about a girl who tells the administration about a teacher who is harassing her, and then she ends up getting in trouble, I think. Yeah, love a good feminist book. There's like a great little feminist manifesto on the back. And I'm very excited to read this one. I also got Burned by Patrick Ness, which is about a farm and they have to hire a dragon to work on their farm. Patrick Ness, his books are always like very weird but very good, so I think this one will be fun. This book was the main reason I placed one of the orders, so it is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This was like $8 and I was planning on buying it new anyway. I can't remember exactly what this is about, but it's very popular. The second book comes out next year, so I'm probably going to wait and read it right before it comes out so that I can know what's going on because my memory is a sieve. Sieve. I also got Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. I read her book, The Shadows Between Us this year, and it was wonderful and I loved it. So I thought I would try this one out. It's about a girl who has trained to become a warrior and then she has to win back her honor by killing a god. Cool. To feed my new Jennifer L. Armentrout obsession, I got The Burning Shadow, which is book 2 in the Origin series. Yeah, I think it's like after Lux, so that's the one that I showed you before. So it's like another related trilogy, so I'll save this to read after, obviously. I also got One of Us is Lying, which is a YA mystery by Karen McManus. It has no description on the cover, so I don't know what it's about. Mystery. I also got Crimson Bound by Rosamund Hodge. This is a sequel/companion to Cruel Beauty, and I remember really liking them. I think it's it's a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and I love a good retelling, so. I got another Francesca Zappia book too. This is Eliza and Her Monsters, and I think this is the one that's about OCD. It doesn't say. I'm the worst. I don't know. Contemporary. Ooh, this one, I know what this one is about. This is Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Grodin. This is an alternate history where Hitler won the war, and now a girl is going to try and kill him, I think. Yes. So I think this one sounds fascinating, and I'm very excited to read it. I also got Thorn by Intisar Kanani. This is about a princess. Yep, I love the cover, and it sounds good. I also got Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. This is book 1 in a trilogy, and I already owned the 2nd and 3rd book, so I obviously needed this one. It is a sci-fi about a girl named Noemi, interstellar war, romantic. Yeah, I've been like in a sci-fi mood lately, more to collect sci-fi because I haven't actually read any of it lately, but I will. So I also got some Tamora Pierce books that I needed to finish my collection. So they are Bloodhound and Mastiff, which are books 2 and 3 in the Beckett Cooper trilogy. I'm a little bit annoyed because I had the hardcover of the first one, but these are really hard to find in hardcovers. I thought that these were going to match, like, let me show you. I thought that these were the paperbacks that were like at least this same artwork, but they're not. And this one came a little bit damaged, but that's fine. It's fine. So these are set in the same universe as all of her books, but they're specifically following a girl who is like training to be in the Guard. I can't remember. I read it a long time ago, but if you're a Tamora Pierce fan, you need all her books, and I am a Tamora Pierce fan. I also bought a copy of Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. I'm rereading this trilogy this month, and I ordered the hardcover of this edition in July, and I still don't have it, so I just bought the paperback because it was pretty cheap, and I wanted to read it. I am getting the like special Illumicrate editions later, so I'll probably just keep these like to have because it's one of my favorite series. But yeah, I just needed it. I also got Night of Cake and Puppets, which I actually just read last night. This is like a companion to the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, and it follows Karu's best friend Susanna, and I don't know how to say this without spoiling it. It's a companion following Susanna, and it's the coolest book ever. It's like a little novella, but look how precious. And it's just like illustrated. Let me find it. Like, it's so cute. And it was just very heartwarming and lovely. So okay, I'm just gonna check my notebook to see what else is like wrapped up here because there's a couple. Oh yes, from Book Outlet I also got Wilder Girls by Rory Power, which is a YA mystery about a mysterious disease. And I'm planning to read that this month. I also got The City Baker's Guide to Country Living, which I can't remember the plot of, but it's got like a snowy wagon on the front, and it looked very wintry, and the little like quote there said, "This is basically Gilmore Girls in a book." So I thought it would be perfect for winter, and it's now wrapped up. And yeah, that was the only other one that's missing. So that is all of the ridiculous number of books that I bought in November. I'm hoping for a smaller month in December, but I now work at a bookstore, so it's dangerous to go to work because I come home with books. I am really excited about all of these, and I hope you appreciated my wonderful plot summaries and real knowledge of all the books that I got. I hope you are having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!